Let's talk about the time that I tried sneaking my boyfriend over, but it went horribly wrong. So basically, my boyfriend and I couldn't really drive at the time. I think we were in our sophomore year of high school. But basically, my boyfriend was hanging out with friends that night that could drive. And he had arranged for his friend to drop him off at my house so I could sneak him over into my guest house. And so I told my boyfriend to just have his friend drop him off at around midnight at my house. But this particular night, they decided to stay up and watch a movie. They start this movie at about 11 o'clock, and I'm thinking to myself, they better not finish this all tonight, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to, sneak myself out the front door without having them be like, what are you doing? They end up staying up until about 2 a.m. It's freezing outside. I think it was in December or January. My boyfriend left his phone with his friend so his parents wouldn't see that he was at my house. And so he was just waiting outside in 40-degree weather in nothing but a hoodie and sweatpants. I didn't have my phone, so I had no way to contact his friends either because my parents took it away at 9 o'clock at night. And at this point, I'm losing hope, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get out of here. Finally, I decide to pretend to take my dog on a walk, and when I do, I realize both my parents are in their chairs asleep. And so I wake them up and I'm like, oh my gosh, hey guys, it's so late. I don't want your backs to hurt tomorrow from sleeping on the couches. You guys need to go to bed. And so then they do, and then finally I'm able to sneak my boyfriend over, and then he tells me hey, can I borrow your phone so I can tell my friends to come pick me up? I was too embarrassed to tell him that my parents took my phone away at 9 o'clock at night at 16 years old. And so I basically had to figure out a way to sneak my phone out of my parents' room, contact his friends, and get him picked up before my dad wakes up. We were finally able to get a hold of his friend, and we got him picked up around 5 a.m. that morning. But I was this close to getting caught. But that's everything. Bye, guys.
Get ready with me while I tell you how I stole my best friend's boyfriend. So, no, I did not actually steal my best friend's boyfriend, but we are not friends anymore because she thought I wanted him. So basically, to kind of give you a little background information, I have a cousin that's a guy, and we were born a week apart. We live on the same street, so we're really close, so we kind of share friends. So since we kind of shared friends, anytime guys were over my house, girls were over my house, and guys were over his house, we kind of just became a big friend group. So we had a bigger friend group of guys and girls. There was this one specific guy, we weren't ever anything, but we had conversations about liking each other before, but we were nothing. And especially at this point in time, whenever this all went down, because I had a boyfriend for probably 2 months at the time, and he's still my boyfriend, so obviously I was not cheating on him. So the guy in question, my friend's boyfriend that I fell in love with, he sat behind me in a history class in my freshman year, and he would always be like, who do you like, who do you like? And I was like, I was already talking to my boyfriend, so I was my boyfriend basically, and he was like, And I was like, but you should talk to my friend. And he was like, does she like me? Does she like me? My friend did not even like him at the time. I was trying to help him out, but little did I know that this would come back to bite me. So I kind of hooked them up. She didn't really like him at first, so I had to respond to him because he was like, do you want to start talking? She responded to him days later basically, and was like, yeah, you know what, we can start talking. Well, they ended up falling in love with each other. And I was like, what can I say? I'm literally Cupid, because I'm always trying to hook people up. So I hooked them up, and they start talking a lot, and I don't know, he started being bad, and I'm like, because even though me and him were friends, she was still very much so my best friend, and you're just her boyfriend at this point. We're not buddy-buddy anymore. I told her that he was saying that stuff, and she's didn't really care that he was saying all this, kind of gross stuff about her. So freshman year kind of comes and goes. They dated the rest of freshman year. I probably got them together in March or so. And then they didn't really say anything over the summer. They didn't really hang out over the summer too much. They may hang out once or twice. And then the next school year comes. So now I'm a sophomore at this point. So it was kind of normal starting the year. Although I started texting her and be like, oh my God, let's hang out. And she'd be like, yes. And then out of nowhere, she'd cancel towards last minute because she's like, oh, he said we can't, I have to hang out with him. And I'm like, so I was getting pissed off, and so whatever. Time goes on, and this kind of keeps happening. I haven't hung out with my friend in forever at this point because he always said to be up her ass. And weird things would happen. I mean, everybody argues, but whatever. But we had a gym class together. Just oh my God, listen to what my boyfriend did this day. Listen to what my boyfriend did today. Just funny things they do, or good things they did. Or if they were bad that day, you know what, then you get your punishment of being talked about in gym class. Whatever. So basically, we did this for a while, but her boyfriend got put in ISS at one point. So he wasn't in class anymore. But prior to him getting put in ISS, I told you I have a bigger friend group. I knew a lot of people in my grade just because of my cousin. And we always put our friend groups together, so I knew a lot of the guys in my grade. I could talk to them easily. And we were talking about it because they all do track and baseball at the same time, and I do softball, and I wanted to kind of see what it was like to do both of them at the same time. Well, from the back of the room, her boyfriend shouted out, she's not in this class, he shouted out, would you be wearing shorts to track? And I was like, what? Yeah, and my cousin was like, stop right there, don't say another word. And I didn't understand what the heck was going on. So he was he grabbed my notebook and he wrote, he just wants to see your ass, and handed it back to me and said, so don't say another word. And I was like, okay. And I wanted to tell my friend before anybody else got back to her, but yeah. And my friend was mad at me. She didn't talk to me for 2 days after that. You're mad at me? What is this? Whatever. So her boyfriend's put in IS at this point, and that probably happened 2 weeks, so I don't even know when ago. And I don't know why it got brought up in a conversation. We were talking about her boyfriend or something, and I was like, I just want to tell you about the story because, like, I never got to tell you my side because you wouldn't talk to me after. And this is what really happened. Like, I don't know what you heard. If you heard, like, I was talking to him or what. Like, I wasn't talking to him. He literally sat in the back room. We weren't even close. Like, nothing happened. And after I told her, like, nothing happened, like, I don't understand, like, why she was mad at me. Tried to, like, talk to her about it. Now that she, like, kind of, like, was chill. She was pissed. And not pissed at her boyfriend. Pissed at me. So I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't really bring it up again. We talked for, like, the next week after, and I didn't think anything was wrong. But then she started acting weird, not answering my snaps. I was like, why the fuck aren't you answering my snaps? And she's like, I don't snap people. Yes, the fuck you do. I see you're active on Snapchat every 2 minutes, and I know you snap your boyfriend. So then some time goes by. I'm leaving for a trip. I went to States for one of my projects, and I see them walking, and I beep the horn. It was just funny. And then she told everybody, because I was gone. I wasn't even there that week at school. She was like, she wanted my boyfriend's attention. She beeped at us when we were walking. But whatever. I tried to apologize. Well, I left her undelivered on Snapchat. I was like, I'm not fucking answering you. You were talking. And she was telling everybody, like, I wanted her boyfriend and everything behind my back. While she still wanted to be my friend that week that I said we talked after and nothing was wrong. That whole week she was talking shit on everybody. And everybody thought I knew. They were like, oh, we didn't know you were still, like, talking to her. And she was being nice to you because she was talking so much shit. Like, excuse me? Whatever. So then I ignored her, and she unadded me because she was like, I don't want her on Snap. She's not going to snap. And she kept me on every other social media. Not block. I unadded her because she kept on looking at my pages. And then time goes on, and I tried to, like, talk to her. I was like, if you would have just, like, came to me and been like, hey, like, I feel this way, like, for whatever reason, I would have apologized, and we didn't even have to talk about our boyfriends anymore. We could talk about our friends. We've been friends for 5 years prior to you even dating your boyfriend and me being in a relationship of my own. So I said, you could have been mature about it instead of going around telling everybody else. But she got pissed about that. Maybe because I was right. So whatever, time goes on. I tried to apologize, like, 3 times over the summer, too. So fast forward to my junior year. We have a few classes together, and I'm a junior now. So I was, like, trying to talk to her. And she was, like, she was talking to me first. She, like, said my name in, like, conversations and stuff, like, when we were all, like, working in a group. Because there was, like, 4 of us, 4 girls that, like, I knew both them and she knew both them. So we were kind of, like, in a group of 4. And she'd, like, talk, like, say my name, like, oh, Julia, you do this one or something. And I thought we were, like, getting okay. I told my boyfriend, I was like, oh my god, like, I think we might be friends again. And then I went out with one of my friends, and we used to hang out with her all the time, and I was like, text her and ask if she wants to, like, hang out with us. And she's like, oh yeah, like, maybe. And my friend was like, okay, well, when do you want to hang out? Like, we could do, like, any day, because. And then the next day I wasn't at school because I went on a courthouse and, like, jail tour for a field trip, about me saying that I'm being fake nice to her and that this fight is never ending because I want her boyfriend. I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2 years. I'm pretty sure if I wanted your boyfriend, I would have had your boyfriend. Like, that's so mean, but your boyfriend literally was asking me who I liked and everything whenever I put you guys together. So would I not have been like, you, like, I want you? Like, I didn't, though. I wanted you to have him, and you have him, and I don't want him. You have him. I'm just so frustrated because, like, I tried to, like, fix things multiple times now, and she's saying that I'm being fake nice. What am I getting from being fake nice? You owe me an apology for me and not coming to me and being mature. What do I owe you an apology for? You thinking that I like your boyfriend? Asking how he was doing in ISS? Telling you the truth? Like, what do I owe you an apology for? Your boyfriend owes you an apology for that. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's, like, I know people say, like, don't blame the girl in the situation. And I know it's hard not to sometimes. But, like, come on, I'm your best friend. Why would I lie to you? Anywho, thanks for watching, guys.